media brief with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry po ang ating mapapakinggan dito sa Radyo Agila sa Sports on Air ngayong gabi. So, medyo loaded to, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes na Steph Curry ang mapapakinggan nyo. As you know, the Golden State Warriors hanggang ngayon wala pa rin talo.
After 17 games?
Yes, 17 ba o nag-18 na? Kanina may laban sila.
18.
Sacramento.
Nag-18 na.
18. So, 18-0 na. And they are targeting 33-0. Papakinggan natin, pakinggan natin si Steph Curry mismo dito sa Sports on Air.
It's an honor to represent myself and my teammates, South Bay area, the Warriors organization, and what we're doing on the floor, and to be able to continue to grow the game, not only here in the States, but across the world. Been able to play in some great countries outside the United States and had a great experiences. So it's an honor to still have a presence internationally and want to continue to grow that. So thank you guys for helping that out.
Great. Our first question is from the line of Shenyang with Tencent in China. Please go ahead.
Hi, Stephen. Happy Thanksgiving first. And my question is, thank you. My question is, a basketball game has some basic rules, like a closer you got, more points you got. But looks like you guys are breaking those rules. Is it one of your goals that you want to tell people that the era is changing, the new generation is changing the NBA? If the answer is yes, what's the new era stand for?
Well, that's a great question. I think a lot of it is just the style of play that we're comfortable playing. It's very perimeter oriented. A lot of people use the term small ball now with the lineups that we can throw out there on the floor. So I'm sure it's been done in the past, but I think our efficiency and obviously our record kind of showing that it's a very powerful lineup and a powerful way to play on the court is turning a lot of heads. So we're going to use our skill and our athleticism and our shooting and just the different lineups that we can throw out there to help us win games. And, the three-point shot is definitely something that's more prevalent now than it ever has been. And, I mean, at the end of the day, you still have to make shots, so that's what we're about.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Lucas Mello with ESPN Brazil. Please go ahead.
Hi, Steph. I wanted to ask you, I mean, you guys have been 16-0 and reaching records every time, and but Luke Walton's not getting, like, the record credit. How much do you think that he's responsible for the record you guys are achieving right now?
A lot. I mean, we're out there executing on the floor, and we have a lot of chemistry and trying to take our game to the next level from what we did last year. And everybody has a part of it, from the coaching staff all the way down to the 15th guy on the roster. So everybody's locked in and focused, and the system that Coach Kerr implemented last year is the thing that we pride ourselves on defensively and offensively. So the message is still the same. Go out, play hard every night, try to execute the style of play that we've established, and hopefully good things happen. And obviously, 16-0 is a good sign of that.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Mark Woods with the Herald in the UK. Please go ahead.
Hey, Steph. How much have you guys already spoken about this mythical 33-game streak of the Lakers, and is it useful to keep setting yourselves challenges as this season and defending your title goes on?
Yeah, that's important to have, like, tangible goals that you can look at and really work for. Obviously, for us, we do a great job of just staying in the moment. Nobody really talked about the 15-0 record until probably last week when we were around, 12 wins, 11, 12 wins. Cause you can't really get too far ahead of yourself. There's so much that can happen in this league, and over 82 games. That's the great teams are the ones that can focus on each individual game. So we talk about 33. I think I've probably talked about it more than anybody else on the team, just because I know about the history and just really how hard it is. We've had like 2 16-game winning streaks the last 2 years. And those are pretty special feats. For us to have to double that output, I mean, we're going to play hard and hopefully, close in on that record. But it won't be a disappointing, effort if we don't get there, because there's so many talented teams in this league, and for us to just be playing at a high level right now, that's what we're worried about. And if we close in, get to 29, 30 games, then we'll talk about it a little bit more.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Peter Mitchell with the Australian Associated Press. Please go ahead.
Hey, Steph. I just wanted to ask you about Andrew Bogut. He's running around there like he's a teenager again after he's lost that weight, and we've seen him hobbling on the court with some injuries. But can you just talk about the work that he's done in the off-season and sort of after so many years in the NBA, he seems to have changed his game. He's adapting to fit with you guys a lot better.
He's focused. I mean, for a guy that has the history that he has with injuries and some big, catastrophic injuries, really ones that kept him out for almost a year at a piece. So for him to be healthy and feeling good about his game, the way his body feels, he helps us. He makes us better when he's healthy. So he looks, like you say, he looks like a teenager out there running laps around the other big men in this league, catching lobs, playing great defense, blocking shots. And, it's great to see. He's done some detailed stuff with his diet and his workout routine over the summer that he's really proud of. I think one of them was getting rid of, all the sugar in his diet. So little stuff like that shows you how dedicated he is to being, available for us and playing, on a nightly basis. And, we need that over the course of 82 games to be the team that we want to be.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of David Chinelato with NBA Italy. Please go ahead.
Hi, Steph. This is David Chinelato, NBA Italy. What about your family for you? How important is your wife and your kids for you in your maturation as a player?
I mean, they're my support system, and they're the thing that is the most consistent part of my life. So no matter how well I'm playing on the floor, making sure that they're taken care of and that, we're growing as a family is definitely a huge part of my life. So, my wife, especially, obviously, with the schedule that we have as NBA players and the travel and just the amount of time that we're in the gym, having a family is a lot of responsibility on her with 2 kids now. So I appreciate all the stuff that she does to allow me to play at a high level every night. But they keep me, in perspective. I mean, there's more to life than basketball, and to be able to go through this journey with them and kind of share that with them, that's special. And I'm sure any father in the league would say the same thing, to have their kids be able to grow up and watch them play the game of basketball. And obviously for us, the game of basketball, to be able to support our families, that's huge. So, I grew up in a NBA family. My dad played 16 years, and it's very, very rewarding to see the other side of that process.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Jan Sood with El Equipe France. Please go ahead.
Hello, Steph. Your field goal has improved since last season. Does Steve Nash have something to do with that?
A little bit. I mean, he's been around for a week or so at a time, giving us some pointers in practice and things like that. I was really waiting for some more games to kind of get under our belt to get some film so that we can sit down and watch it together, and I can kind of see, how he sees the game and decisions that he would make in certain situations when I'm out there on the floor, so that I can get a different perspective. But we have had some one-on-one sessions where he's given me a few pointers on how to play the pick and roll and how to find, be creative to find different shots. So we're still in the beginning process of our player, I guess you call it player-coach relationship, but he's definitely going to be a valuable asset for us as we get into the main, bulk of the season.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Kyung Zhang with NetEase in China. Please go ahead.
Hey, Jeff. My question is, when people talk about Warriors, the first person would talk about would be you, and then Klay Thompson. But now I want to talk about Draymond Green. Can you talk about his role in your team and how much has his performance boosted your team? Thank you.
Oh, he's as important to the lineup as any other guy on the team because of all the different things that he can do on the floor. So, whether it's playing defense, rebounding, playmaking, getting everybody involved, and he's also the main voice of the team. I mean, I try to lead in a certain style by by example and bringing my effort every single night. I talk a little bit, but Draymond's kind of the spirit of the team, and we kind of feed off of his energy. So he's a huge asset for us. He's improved his game, every single year since he's been in the league, and now it's about just bringing that consistently every single night like he does, and it's pretty fun to watch.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Mauricio Cadotti with Clarin in Argentina. Please go ahead.
Hey, Seth. LeBron James and you have been compared to soccer stars Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, who's in fact one of the nominees along with you for the next Sports Illustrated Award. Do you think that you're the kind of Messi of the NBA right now, or we should say that Messi is the Stephen Curry of soccer?
I don't know, like a chicken and egg kind of conversation. We both have a creative style where it's just about a feel when you're out on the pitch or the court. So I try to do some fancy things out there with both hands, going making crossover moves and kind of having a certain creativity and flair to my game, and that's definitely the style that Messi has when he's out there in his matches. So I love watching him play. I'm a big fan, and to see just a guy that you never know what he's going to do at any particular moment, and that's when he's on TV, everybody's glued in because as soon as he gets a touch with the ball, something special could happen, and you got to appreciate that kind of talent.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Cyrus Rogers with Super Sport in South Africa. Please go ahead.
I had a couple of things that I wanted to say. Firstly, congratulations for all of the stuff that's happened with the Warriors, and especially with the MVP. I know you've done a lot of work for Africa with the 3-foot-3 challenge and nothing but net. But what I want to ask you about is, you play with Festus Ezeli at the moment, who's of Nigerian descent. Do you feel that the NBA is almost suited for African players?
Well, there's definitely room for anybody with talent, no matter where you come from, and obviously Festus is a prime example of that. His story, like you said, we're from Nigeria and playing collegiate basketball here and really learning the game of basketball and how it's played and having an impact. And now he's a prime time, center in the NBA. So, I know there's a lot of talent. I have a college teammate, Andrew Lovedale, who I used to play with at Davidson College. He's from Nigeria and does a lot of work with his foundation. It's called A2S, Access to Success. And they run a lot of clinics in Nigeria when he goes back in the summers. And the amount of talent he talks about, it's pretty unbelievable. So it's just about getting that opportunity. And I think you'll probably see more and more players from, all over from African descent that'll be in the NBA as years go on because of that opportunity, that access, and obviously they have talent to make it happen.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Yoko Miyashi with Sports Graphic Number in Japan. Please go ahead.
Hi, Steph. Do you consider yourself a perfectionist? And whatever the answer is, did that mentality help you, or did that help you in the game?
Can you repeat the first part?
Do you consider yourself a perfectionist?
Oh, perfectionist. I try to be, yeah, for sure. I know I'm not perfect on the floor. I'm not perfect in life, but I definitely hold myself to a high standard. So some people, joke. I joke with a lot of people. Sometimes I have really good games. statistical, so with a lot of points, a lot of assists, or what have you. But the first thing that I look at on a stat sheet is my turnovers. And so no matter how well I play, that's kind of the first thing I think about to try to figure out how I can get better. So that's definitely the perfectionist in me. No matter if I score 50, if I have more than like 3 turnovers and there were some bad turnovers, I'll kind of be disappointed in myself. So I'm always trying to get better and strive for that perfect game. I haven't played it yet, so maybe one day I will.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Marcel Friedrich with Sports Build in Germany. Please go ahead.
Hi, Steph. You're such a humble person, and your character always reminds me of Dirk Nowitzki. Do you see any parallels between him and you?
Yeah. I mean, we both rely on our jump shot to really get a great player. So he's obviously got 8 inches on me, and has been playing this game for a very, very long time and at a very high level. Is obviously a champion. So he's a guy I always liked watching growing up, but obviously I don't have the certain style of play because of our height, our position. But definitely the way we shoot the ball, you got to have touch, you got to have creativity, balance. I've actually taken some of his drills that I know he works on to practice his shot and implemented them into my workouts and things like that. So I would say probably the 2 guys that nobody really thought would be NBA champions, and we both have that to our name now.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Sudhir Bose with Sportskeeda in India. Please go ahead.
Hi, Steph. Congrats on the perfect start to this season. Now, my question is, you guys have elevated what's become known as the small ball style. Now, coming from a country like India, where people with the necessary physical attributes for NBA or basketball in general aren't abundant, do you think that us and similar countries should adopt that kind of style? And what advice would you give in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, it's about being skilled. Obviously, I'm not the most physically dominant person out there. I'm 6'3", 185 pounds, soaking wet, and you try to just be able to do a lot of different things on the court. Being able to dribble with both hands, be able to shoot the ball from inside and outside, holding your own on the defensive end, and you got to have heart. That's the biggest thing that we show and demonstrate every night with our small ball tenacity and the way that we go out. It doesn't matter really. The next guy, is taller than me, if he's stronger than me, if he's faster than me. If I have that will and heart to compete, I think more times than not you'll be successful. So there are a lot of opportunity in the game of basketball for the shorter guy, and if there wasn't, I wouldn't be in this league.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Seb Costello with Radio in Australia. Please go ahead.
G'day, Steph. Congratulations on your start. How exciting to be breaking those sort of records. But as you said at the beginning of this conference, it is a long season. Even though you're in your prime, given how important you are to the Warriors, can you see that you may well be rested a bit later on the season if the success is to continue like this? And would you resist that sort of request?
Yeah, we were in that situation last year. I think we had already eclipsed like the 60-win mark by April, and we're trying to kind of balance staying sharp and building that chemistry as we go through the last 2 weeks of the season, even maybe before that, and trying to figure out how to handle that. And Coach Kerr did a great job of managing the rotation the whole year, and keeping minutes down. And obviously we had a lot of games where some of the starters didn't even play fourth quarters. I think I missed like 17 last year. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's like 6 games, a lot can happen. But, if we take care of our business, we want to make it as easy as possible on ourselves as we go down the stretch of the season, so we're not fighting for seeding and having to, go all out as we gear up for the playoffs. So it's really just about taking advantage of the opportunity we have with this great start and being as sharp and as rested and as fresh as we can for the first round of playoffs.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Eduardo Zabaran with Oglebo in Brazil. Please go ahead.
Hi, Steph. Are you looking forward to come here to Brazil and play the Olympic Games next year? And how would it be to play along LeBron James here in Rio?
What was the last part of that question? I'm sorry.
How would it be to play along LeBron James here in Rio? I'm from Rio, so I'm going to see you here probably.
Definitely excited to hopefully be a part of the Olympic team and have that experience in Rio for the Olympics. It's going to be a dream come true to, one, play in the Olympics, and two, return back. I went to Rio for vacation with my family when I was 18, so we spent a week down there, had a great time. But to go back and represent my country and play against or play with all of the other great NBA talent that's going to make up the Team USA roster, it's going to be a lot of fun. And it'll be here before you know it. Really, that's the cool part. Our season's pretty long, and after hopefully we're in the finals and celebrating another championship, you'll have 3 weeks to refresh and get ready for Rio, which the culture down there, the sights, and just the whole Olympic experience should be once in a lifetime memory.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Martin Klotz with NBA Germany. Please go ahead.
Hi, Seth. First of all, congratulations to that historic start. You just talked about Dirk Nowitzki. He's 37 years old and he's playing great at the stage. What do you think about his performance at the stage of his career, and where do you see yourself at the age of 37?
Well, hopefully I'm still playing. Hopefully I'm still making shots like he is. He's a big reason why they're, I think, third in the Western Conference right now. So he's turning back the clock a little bit, which is pretty cool to see. Hopefully he does that for 78 games this year and not 82 when we played him 4 times. But he's a legend, a future Hall of Famer that I think is definitely taking advantage of however many years he has left in this league to make an impact. And that's what great players do. So look forward to getting back on the floor with him whenever we play Dallas and seeing him play.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Mo Gumate with Fox Sports Philippines. Please go ahead.
Hey, Steph. Listen, you've been all over the highlight reels, and the move that you did on Clarkson last night, you got him stumbling. I mean, you got to give that kid a chance. But, what I really want to ask here is your improvement from last year to the current year has been so impressive, Steph. And, of course, coming off of an MVP year and with the improvement, it makes it just so much more notable. It is early, but Harrison Barnes did say last week on ESPN's NBA Countdown that he expects you to win the MVP and the most improved player. What are your thoughts on that comment?
Well, that's a goal. I mean, obviously, the formula for it last year was it starts with winning and starts with, hopefully leading my team every single night, playing at a high level. Statistically, I don't know what that'll mean, at the end of the season if those numbers look better than they did last year or whatnot. But I'm definitely feel like I'm a better player than I was last year, more efficient. We as a team are definitely better than we were last year, so we're just trying to manage that for 66 more games, and the rest of that will take care of itself. So it's a dream come true to win one MVP, win one championship, but that fuels a fire to do it all over again. And I know the process. You want to just stay in the moment as best you can. And that's how you stay focused. That's how you stay within yourself. And we've done a great job of that so far.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Frank Zhao with Lingzhong Sports China. Please go ahead.
Hi, Steph. You have invested a fortune in some sport technology products such as Coach Up, and your teammate Andrew's investment was already successfully purchased by eBay. So what I'm wondering is, would you team up with some of your teammates in business area in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I personally am very interested and have started some some deals and some ventures with some of my team. But I think every player has an opportunity to get into really whatever field they want to. In basketball and NBA open so many doors. I've had old teammates that are in different cities and different teams now that have, real estate deals, technology deals, all sorts of areas where they're trying to branch out outside of basketball. So it's fun to watch and fun to see, especially here in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley, and just all the wave of technology that's out here as well. So for us as the Warriors, it's right in our backyard. So why not take advantage of those opportunities and connecting with people that are doing this day to day and see what happens.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Shahid Judge with the India Express. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Steph. And reigning MVP, as the reigning MVP, are the pressures of expectation and maybe the on-court responsibilities, have they increased?
Yeah, there's pressure. There's more of a spotlight. I mean, for us, I think the biggest thing we've learned so far is that every game we play, no matter what team's record is, how they've been playing, leading up to our game or what, we're going to get the team's best shot because they want to dethrone the champs. They want to, whether it's come into Oracle and get a win or protect their home court against the Warriors is a big deal. So if we're not on our game, it'll show really quickly because it's a big game every time we play. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, if it's it challenges us to be ready every single night. We can't coast through any game. We can't just show up and expect just because the Warriors are here that we're going to get a win. We really have to do something about it. So, and then just every player individually has a higher spotlight, brighter spotlight than they did last year because we're the champs and people want to know what we're up to. They want to kind of stay as attached as they can to our story, and we got to embrace that because it's a great spot to be in. Winning is fun, and whatever comes with that, we can appreciate it.
Thank you. And our final question comes from the line of Jack Freefelder with China Daily USA. Please go ahead.
Hey, Steph. Thanks for having us. I think we really touched on a number of things that I was hoping to hear from you on. I promise I'm going somewhere, so my question might be a little long-winded. But the other night on Monday, I found myself at the Barclays Center watching Ben Simmons, and a good friend of yours, Bob Myers, was there as well, taking in the game, and some of the action. He's helped bring on Draymond Green and Harrison Barnes, Cecily, three guys we touched about. And for you, I think he's indicative of the team and the organization as a whole and the concept of hard work for the Warriors. And I promise I'm going somewhere with this. About 8 years ago, you had a game against Oklahoma. You had 44 points against Blake Griffin. And we've seen so much for you since then. We talked about it here: league MVP, NBA championship, passing your dad. Your recent arrivals as a father and a player. Can you talk about how your concept of hard work has changed since then, since 2008 as a student, when you were just playing? Really, it was for a career, but it was more for fun. Now, so much more involved off the court, extracurriculars, family. How has that concept changed for you? What do you strive to do on a daily basis to show that you're changing and growing as a player and a person?
Well, that's a great question. My experience at Davidson really prepared me for not only just playing in the NBA and having total control over your play on the court, family life, off-court opportunities and branding and stuff like that. But just like you said, time management, keeping priorities straight, like all that stuff. We were challenged at Davidson. It was such a rigorous academic institution, as well as trying to be great D1 athletes and have success on the D1 level. So really, the amount of work that we had to put in at Davidson might be actually harder than it was now in the NBA. So obviously now I'm worried about doing daily basis is basketball and there's more time, more free time, and actually with the family and kids, it's kind of a little different now. But it's just about keeping priorities straight. No matter how successful we are on the court, there's great opportunities that you can tap into, and like this summer after when we win a championship, you want to celebrate and take the trophy everywhere, and the sponsorship deals and shoots and things that I had to take up the whole summer. But all the while I had to work on getting better. So I had my trainer travel with me, and you just have to make certain decisions that are right for you and handle the situation accordingly. So it's a great challenge. Every year is different, and you obviously continue to get better and learn and not be afraid to ask questions of guys that have done it before you, which helps you be prepared for whatever's coming your way.
Steph, Mike Pirelli here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This was awesome. We wish you luck the rest of the way, and we'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for the questions.
And that was the exciting interview with Steph Curry here on Sports on Air. Sa pagbabalik dito sa Sports on Air, marami pa po tayong mga balitang ihahandog sa inyo.
EBC Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila. Ang oras po natin ay 7:35 ng gabi.
Usong-usong dehydration o labis na pagkawala ng tubig sa katawan kapag summer. Bata man o matanda ay maaaring tamaan nito. Kaya para makaiwas sa dehydration, uminom ng maraming tubig. Huwag yang kaliligtaan. Kapag ganitong mainit ng panahon, madalas tayong pagpawisan. Kaya't ang madalas na pag-inom ng tubig ay makatutulong sa atin upang makaiwas sa dehydration. Isang mahalagang paalala ngayong panahon ng tag-init mula sa Radyo Agila.
Nagbabalik ang Sports on Air.
Nagbabalik ang Sports on Air, balitang mabalakasan
para sa bayan. And syempre, yung si Stephen Curry kasi, yung team nila, they're on a 17-game winning streak. And
wow, minamata na nila yung 33-0 ng Lakers.
Yung 33-game winning streak na Lakers. Well, it's not the best start ever, pero the 33-game winning streak by the 1971-72 Los Angeles Lakers is one that has stood the test of time.
Yes. And okay, lipat naman tayo sa local
basketball. Dahil ang UST at FEU magtatagisan sa isang all-or-nothing match para sa UAP Season 78 Men's Basketball Championship.
So ano pag-uusapan natin?
Kasi syempre alam natin na yung UST, tinalo nila FEU kahapon 62-56 thanks to Kevin Ferrer's 24 points in the third quarter.
May record ba siya na na-break o kasi is that the best quarter performance?
In UAP Finals, most likely that is. Kasi
ewan ko lang kung meron pa nagawa kasi alam mo yun, how many points did si Klay Thompson score in one quarter in the NBA?
Sa NBA, that's I don't know, mga around nasa 30s yata.
Yeah. So that's close to an NBA
scoring
record.
bench.
Diba? So ito naman, it's 24 points. The last time I heard something like that, parang 20 points, malaki. Parang bihirang-bihira. You got something in the middle of the middle 20s pa.
And mind you, this happened in the finals of all times because as far as I could see naman, mga defenses go tighter when it's already in the finals.
Yes, and it came when they needed it the most.
Exactly.
So my question to you, will you think UST can pull off an upset over FEU?
They could, but of course we know that basketball is a game of adjustments. So game 1 went to FEU, game 2 went to UST. For sure, FEU will make its adjustments entering into game 3.
Okay, this is the thing. When you're playing in a rubber match like that, may isang parang game 7 yan sa PBA or NBA. This is a game 3, which is the huge game. Parang NBA Finals Game 7 ang katumbas niyan.
For all the marbles.
So, pagpasok mo dyan, it's mental. As a coach, you have to prepare your team mentally. Now, kasi for sure the physicality will be there, but how mentally tough you are will take its toll talaga. So, I think ito yan eh. All the while, first half ng FEU UST, I thought it's gonna be the crowning of FEU the second half.
During game 2 yesterday.
Diba? Aminin mo, ikaw, inisip mo na, pucha, ano to, FEU na talaga. Diba? So, ngayon, what happened is that you need to encourage your players to be more positive. No? That is the beauty of the coaching of Coach Bong de la Cruz. He countered it with intense positivity on the players that they should enjoy the game. And you know what? They really enjoyed that game. FEU was more serious.
Because everybody was expecting that it was time for them to be crowned as champion. And syempre may nangyari nung game na yon. A special someone went into the locker room ng UST.
That special someone, no, ngay kanina ko lang nalaman na kasi galing ako ng laban ng Global Port at saka ng Mahindra. Blackwater kanina. Was their former coach. Coach Pido Arecho. Nung sinabi niya sa akin, tinanong ko, Coach, ano pa sinabi niyo doon, no? Kasi siya pa nagsabi, alam mo ba, pumasok ako doon sa loob ng ano. Siya pa yung nagsanap ko ito, ha. Sinabi niya, alam mo, pumasok ako doon nung halftime, pumasok ako doon sa mga bata. Ano sinabi niyo? Secret.
Secret.
Sayang, baka may masabi pa ako eh.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, game 2 was a far cry from FEU's game 1 performances where they had a lot of help from Roger Pugoy, Mike Tolomia. And they had the balanced scoring attack during game 1. And actually, one of the troubles that the FEU had was Roger Pugoy just suddenly went down with cramps.
So kung ano dito, I think ito yan if UST will bring their hot 3-point shooting in game 3, which is ito yan, Jago, to be honest with you, as a shooter myself during my time, it's really difficult to bring your outside shooting there in a very pressurized game because outside shooting relies on parang
mental toughness and marksmanship.
Memory, muscle memory yan. No? And kung merong gumulo sa utak mo, sa memory mo, sa confidence mo, it's gone.
That's it.
Wala na, hindi mo may papasok yan. So how tough for a shooter to bring that mentality over the finals when you want to shut down everything from you, no? Lahat ng
all the distractions,
lahat ng crowd, it's just you and that rim. It takes a lot of mental toughness. So that is the biggest question for me. If UST brings that 3-point shooting in game 3, ito yan, Kevin Ferrer, he will be guarded for sure.
He will need help, especially from Ed Dakiwag.
Louis Vigil, and other 3-point shooters.
And Bon Leon. But then again, Bon Leon is still a rookie. But let's see.
Makaisang tres lang siya. You know what? Makaisang tres lang si Bon Leon, Dakiwag, or Vigil. It will spread out the defense. They wouldn't know who will shoot the ball.
Exactly. That's right.
Makaisa lang yan. No, that is my, if I'm gonna be the one who's coaching it, that is my requirement to them. Just shoot one, just to spread it out. No, and then madali na yung ibang tira. And it will free up the guy inside, who is Karim Abdul. No, so that is the key for game 3 is the 3-point shooting of UST.
And I believe that we were talking off the air about what UST could do to probably distract FEU. You mentioned those 3 guys, those 3 shooters. But of course, there's Karim Abdul underneath.
Okay,
so who will be the linchpin? Who will be the linchpin for those 4 other guys?
Linchpin? Kent Lau, oo. Pwedeng siya, no? Pero yun nga, going to the other side naman, you have size on FEU.
You have size and you've got experience.
And when you have size, it's easier for you to shoot the ball. Just power your way in, konting pulso, and you have a basket. Now, that is the beauty of a very, very tall team. But it's only worth 2 points.
It's only worth 2 points, and it's only one possession.
And ito yan, whenever you shoot a 3, it really intensifies the crowd.
And not only that, it also kills your momentum. It's a quick momentum killer.
There are two momentum killers, a slam dunk and a three-point shot. Momentum killers yan. No? And you have to be mentally tough to counter a momentum killer. Nababawian mo rin ng tres sa kabila. Okay, it's gonna be a battle kung sino, who shooters will come into the game.
So what you're saying right now is that that's the only way that UST will win is through their shooting, while FEU should
sino ba sa loob nila? Si Karim Abdul, sino pa?
Probably that's it.
That's it. So where will the offense come?
From the perimeter.
There you go. Which is a hard thing to defend. Kung ikaw ang FEU, that's a hard thing to defend. And kung powerful ang team mo, kailangan magano ka, yung what do you say this? Dapat i-spread out yung defense kapag puro shooters. Lalo na kapag apat na shooter yan. Apat na shooter yan. And it's like the Orlando Magic, how they do it. Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns, that's how they do it. So that is the thing. Kung if FEU can bring in that hot shooting again, and maybe I would recall a very intense Mac Bello during last year's Final Four. If they can bring that Mac Bello
into Game 3,
the monster Mac Bello, that would neutralize the Kevin Ferrer. And ito yan, if you neutralize a Kevin Ferrer, you have not much options. You have Mike Tolomia, you have RR Pugoy, Raymar Jose, who's really doing good job inside, and Orizu.
Prince Orizu.
Orizu is doing really well against Karim Abdul. So, yan talaga, mental toughness ang kalaban nila.
So you don't have a bold prediction coming into Game 3?
It's more of who comes up with the better mental preparation. I don't know who will that be. Could be either which, but that will be the main factor
in entering into Game 3. But by the way, still in the UAAP, there's another news that stole the show for everybody. It's the hiring of a brand new DLSU head coach.
Yes.
And surprise, surprise, it had to come from the NCAA ranks in Alden Ayo.
Yun nga eh. Sabi nila, it's not a move about money, but personal
reasons.
You don't know what's going on inside Letran. And of course, it's an obviously it's like medyo pan siya, greener
pastures, yeah.
So let's wish Aldenayo all the best, and hopefully he can turn the franchise around.
The DLSU around.
And I'm confident that Letran will find a good coach, because that coaching staff, we know the coaching staff of Letran. They are loaded with good coaches. Glenn Capascio, Louis Gonzalez. I think Glenn Capascio will take over now.
So Glenn Capascio, and probably I heard one of the front runners for the Letran job is Kirby Raimundo.
At least sa pangbalita dyan, inaagaw daw si
Alvaro Roheme by two unnamed UAAP schools, which was blasted by Atoy Ko.
Yes, and sinabi nilang ni Atoy Ko, green or blue.
Okay, so that probably tells us something. And one more in the UAP coaching front. Apparently, Franz Pumaren is about to take over the job as Adamson head coach.
Yun. Siguro naman gaganda na yung opensa ng Adamson with the coaching system of Coach Franz.
Yeah, so let's hope for all of these teams the best, but we still have Game 3 of the finals this coming Wednesday.
Anyway, moving forward, we have the IPTL. Nilabas na kung sino yung mga lalabas sa mga maglalaro sa International Premier Tennis League dito sa Pilipinas, which will be held on December 6 to 8, 2015 at the Mall of Asia Arena. For the Philippine Mavericks lineup, for the Philippine leg, Serena Williams, Milos Raonic, Arja Tomljanovic, Mark Philippoussis, Eduard Roger Vaseline, Harmilia Gajdosova, Richard Gasquet, and Tret Huey. For the Micromax Indian Aces lineup, Rafael Nadal, Agnieszka Radwanska, Gail Monfils, Sanya Mirza, Rohan Bopana, Fabrice Santoro, Ivan Dodik. And for the Japan Warriors, ito pinakakonti, Japan Warriors.
Japan Warriors, they're the expansion team this season.
Daniela Hantukova, yes. Finally, maybe I could get a selfie with Daniela Hantukova. Kurumi Nara, Marat Safin, Leander Paez, and Philip, what's this surname? Cole Schreiber.
So unfortunately, their franchise player Kei Nishikori won't be able to make it.
Yes.
And
for the Singapore Slammers, for the Philippine leg, Belinda Bencic, Carlos Moya, Nick Corgios, Carolina Pliskova, Dustin Brown, Marcelo Melo.
So they don't have Novak for this leg.
And finally, for the UAE Royals,
the defending champion.
Yes. They have Anna Ivanovic this time. Thomas Berdych. Goran Ivanisevic, Kristina Mladenovic, and I don't know this other name.
Daniel Nestor.
Yun, medyo matagal nag-load yung internet sa akin.
Medyo nag-blur.
Nag-blur siya. Pero yan yung mga names na darating sa
Manila leg. For this year, the first leg will be in Japan.
Japan.
And then followed by the Philippine leg starting this December 6.
Next time try natin pumunta sa Singapore leg.
Oh, why not? Yeah, pero nga lang, this year they will have in the Singapore leg Novak Djokovic.
Yes, kaya nga gusto ko pumunta sa Singapore.
and too bad Roger Federer won't make it to Manila as well.
Yeah, maybe next year. Kasi every year daw, ang sabi, they will try to bring in a new A-lister. And this year they brought in, it's more of Serena Williams and Rafael Nadal. So next year, kung ipapasok nila iba naman, siguro, ang natira na lang dyan sa men's, from the big four, from Andy Murray, Rafael Nadal, you have two more, which is Novak Djokovic or Roger Federer.
Yes, remember last year the fans had a treat when they had who were they? Maria Sharapova. They also had Serena Williams.
So yung dalawa, siguro kapag kota na yung dalawa, siguro ang susunod na dyan si Wozniacki.
Caroline Wozniacki. Why not? But we're so excited with the IPTL, with their format and the players that are coming here.
Indeed. So anyway, yan po ang update natin sa IPTL, and meron pa tayong balita, no? For boxing. Vladimir Klitschko tinalo ni Tyson Fury via unanimous decision para sa IBF, WBO, IBO at WBA heavyweight championships. 4 championships in one, because Vladimir Klitschko has been dominating the heavyweight championship for 9.5 years. Where were you 9.5 years?
9.5 years ago. I was still
9.5 years, 2015. I just graduated college and I was fresh from my Benil Blazer stint.
At that time, I was still a track and field athlete for DLSU. I just came out of my first and only UAAP stint. Season 68. Okay, nasabi ko na ang aking edad.
Yes.
Halata na.
So, 9 years ago, we had a different president.
Yes, we had
Gloria Macapagal during that time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
and of course his brother Vitaly Klitschko was the WBC champion.
I have to tell this because kanina, I was watching the fight. No? It was a different Vladimir Klitschko. Hindi siya yung aggressive. There was no sweet. I don't know. The fighter's turning 40 next year. He's 39 years old. I don't know if it's because of age, but he's gonna be retiring soon. But for her fighters, medyo matagal ang lifespan. Now they can still fight until 45, lalo na heavyweight. Remember because George Foreman.
Usually the heavyweight fighters are slower.
Yes,
they're slower, they're more sluggish, and they're more technical.
Yes. So anyway,
and actually, I read the background there about this fight. This fight was slated to happen around July or August this year, but it was moved to November due to a calf injury by Vladimir.
Yes.
So that probably could have affected Vladimir Klitschko's training heading into this fight.
Yep. So anyway, we have another news here. Now,
one more news bit.
It's been a year of dethroning the invincible champions. John Bones Jones, Ronda Rousey, Vladimir Klitschko.
But I know for sure there was one champion that wasn't dethroned, and it wasn't exactly a big name fighter, but still, he was still on top of the world. We know that Donny Ahas Nietes is still a champion,
yes,
but his stablemates, King Arthur Villanueva and Milan El Metodico Melindo, was able to win international championships in the recent Pinoy Pride 34 in Cebu.
Yeah, congratulations to our Pinoy fighters. Now, so anyway, this upcoming week, ang dami natin mga upcoming matches. No, Justin FEU will be fighting. They will be playing. Galing tayo sa fight sports eh.
They will be battling for the championship. All or Nothing Wednesday.
All or Nothing Wednesday. Okay, on Wednesday sa Mall of Asia Arena.
Mall of Asia Arena, 3:30 p.m. tip-off.
3:30 p.m. But we'll be there at as early as 10 o'clock because there is a women's finals.
Yeah, the women's finals, game 1 between NU and Ateneo, which was actually it was a surprise because Ateneo was the 4th seed. They had to undergo 3 straight do or die games, and their last 2 against the number 2 seed De La Salle University.
Yes. Anyway, that is our show for tonight. Diba?
Yeah.
Ang bilis ng isang oras. We got Steph Curry, we got a lot of news here. Next week we'll try to get you one championship.
Yeah, because one championship will be coming back to Manila for their December 11 fight card, Spirit of Champions, featuring the heavyweight bout between Chai Lewis, Chopper Parry versus Brandon the Truth Vera.
Yes. So we'll have that, and maybe we could get Ana Hulatan as well.
Why not?
So again, thank you for listening to our show. At isang oras naman ng balita at talakayan ang nagdaan para sa linggong ito. Ako po si Ernest Hernandez.
At ako naman si Diego de la Paz, nagpapaalam ng pansamantala. Subaybayan niyo po muli sa susunod na linggo ang pinakamaksyong KBP Golden Dove Awards nominated na sports program sa radyo. Sports on Air.
Balitang pampalakasan
para sa bayan.
Magbabalik sa susunod na linggo ang kasangga ng Philippine Sports Commission, Sports on Air. Balitang pangbalakasan para sa bayan.
Forty-7 years of excellence in broadcast communication. EBC, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila. DZEC 1062 sa Manganese, WIN 1080 sa Northern DZEL 1260 sa Southern Tagal, EXED 1224 sa Southern Mindanao. Ito ang Radyo Agila, isang puno, noong bansa.
It's all about me, it's all about good TV. We do it well, ahead of time, we do it live. I'm 125. I'm 125. It's values and true, forever we'll be together, boy, we are free. It's family and all about love. It's for the one above. It's hand in hand, together we stand. It's our drive. I'm 125. I'm 125. I'm 125. I'm 125.
Kalinangang Pilipino, pagpapakilala sa bansang Pilipinas, pagpabalik tanaw sa kasaysayan ng ating lahi, at paglalahad ng mga natatanging kaugaliang Pilipino. Kalinangang Pilipino.